Alright, YouTubers, time for another unboxing video. So, I'm not sure what this is. I think it's going to be a multiple unbox, so we will only do one per video and try and talk about each one. And I'm using a new tripod that I got, selfie tripod. Thing works really great for unboxing videos, just in case you're wondering. I was using the Try-One device and Try-One gooseneck, which actually works pretty good, especially for when I get in the computers. But for some of these items, it's just easier to use the tripod. So it does look like we have three things in here. So let me get out the first thing. And it is computer related, which is good. This is the Apevia Spirit. All right, Apevia Spirit. So this is a power supply for ATX style computer, 600 watts, or it might be 700 watts. The outside of the box is not labeled, and yours truly does not remember which one he got. So we will find out shortly. Actually, it says 700 watts on the outside of the box. Awesome. So, I'm a big EVGA fan, and lately I've been buying a lot of Apevia stuff. No, I'm not sponsored by them. If they want to sponsor me one day, hey, go for it. But they probably won't necessarily like all my comments. Some have been very positive, like the Apevia Warrior 680 watt modular or semi-modular power supply. I absolutely love that thing. I'm not sure I would pair it with my most expensive video card, but I do have it paired with a 4-year-old video card, GTX 780, which is actually a pretty decent card, and got it on a decent ATX motherboard. But yeah. All right, so getting back to this. So on the outside, stable and reliable silent black fan with smart thermal fan speed control circuit, cosmic black casing, supports single 12-volt output for higher power usage. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to unbox it. I'm going to go over all the cables, and if I have any issues with this, I will let you know. Okay, so first thing they gave you is 4 screws. We'll eventually need those. Now, let me just tell you, because it probably doesn't tell you how long the cord is. I'm going to guesstimate this. Sometimes they've been giving me 4-footers. Most of the time, it's a crappy 3-footer. This is, yeah, that's a 4-foot cable, folks. Nice. Yeah, 3-foot's just not cutting it. UVGA a lot of times 3-foot. Much as I love them, they could do better on their cables. All right, so we have to get this undone. Let me go ahead and. So I have a couple of power supplies that actually require more than, or require at least 650 watts. Hence why I got this power supply. And let me go ahead and get this fully out. So my biggest complaint with Apevia is usually the housing itself is rather thin in comparison to Apevia, or excuse me, in comparison to VGA. So right there, this one is, undoubtedly just as thin, but this has actually a nicer quality one. Almost along the lines of the Warrior, but not quite as good. So I don't know if you guys can read that. Let's get the light over here. So blah blah blah, total power 700 watts, and that's just giving you some different characteristics of it. So we've got a nice big power fan, or fan there in our power supply, guaranteed to be somewhat loud, folks. This is dual voltage. 110, 220, 115, 230. So if I was over in Europe, I would go the other way with that. Here's your on-off button, and then our power cord will plug in there. So I had a different Apevia. It was a dual fan. It was just ungodly noisy, and actually shut the computer on and off. Or after I would shut it off, it would come back on. So I don't really like that. So let's hope for good news from this one. This actually looks pretty good quality, folks. I'll let you know when something seems like junk. You can count on me on this channel. One thing I do have is a manufacturing background, mainly in the aerospace industry, but I also have industrial engineering degree and mechanical. So we are, as far as engineering degrees go, so we are well suited to do this kind of work, where some of the folks out there may not be. All right, so 24-pin power. This is going to plug into the motherboard. This will detach in case you need a 20-pin. If you've got a Dell Vostro, like is what's sitting over there, you would need a 8-pin. So you have to get a connector for that if you were to use that. I don't know if anybody would actually get a 700 watt for that, though. Another story. All right, so these would appear to be the GPUs, and I don't know if these actually detach. They should detach. This guy, okay, this guy pops off. I'm not going to do it because I'm not sure if I'm going to need 16 pin or 14 or 6 and 6 or 6 or 8. But there's your GPU. I got to say, folks, this is higher quality than most of the Apevias. Let me go grab a cheap, crappy Apevia. All right, so this is the 470 watt Captain Power. And there's no braiding on this cable, okay? So this is an example of a really shitty Apevia, where this guy is got the nice braiding, like what you would expect with EVGA. And even the, to be honest with you, the wiring is thicker. It feels thicker. I don't know if it's just that the outside is actually thicker and it's the same wire, or it's a heavier gauge. Would be nice, 700 watts. Be nice if they had a little heavier gauge, but overall, very nice quality. Let me grab a EVGA. All right, so here is the EVGA connector. Definitely more stout. You can see that they ran the material almost up to the end, and this just definitely feels a lot firmer. This is going to be more flexible, which may, for a case might be better. But this, for longevity is probably going to last longer. All right, so I've kind of looked at, the cheap Apevia and then a nice EVGA. One of these days we'll do a shootout, I think. We'll actually do a video where I'll just put a bunch of these power supplies together and we'll just talk about them, whether they're good or bad. But all right, so we already talked about the GPU connector. All right, very nice. Good job on that, Apevia. Now here is your 2x4 or 8-pin CPU connector. Once again, decent job. I would have liked to have seen this connector come up a little further, but these do have the ability to split. In case you bought a micro ATX board, one that has we'll say like an H310, which a lot of times has one 4-pin connector, then you'd have to split this. But this power supply is going to be good for most graphics cards, even though I'm not going to go out there and recommend it because of the fact that, just not so sure about this brand yet, but we'll see. All right, so on this cable, we have a this good old connector, which is kind of old school for your old school drives. I believe you can also connect some fans to it. Don't quote me on that. MOLEDs, there's definitely connectors out there that you can connect these to your system fans. Sometimes you have a system fan that has a MOLED and the system fan connector that goes to the motherboard, which is nice when they have both. So this one has 2 SATA powers, 2 MOLEDs, and that guy there. Now that would be good enough for me, honestly, at that point. Kind of why I really like hybrid modular and just regular modular, is these other cables are just, I don't need them. All right, so here we have 2 more MOLEDs, okay? 2 more MOLEDs and 2 more SATA powers. And that's basically about it, folks. Here's the, I'm going to get it out, the manual that came with it, okay? And they call that 1 pin an FDO by 1, just so you know. And the 600 watt, the main difference between that is, I believe you don't get 2 GPU connectors. So that you can see the 2 there. There's 1 there. Otherwise, and obviously less power. So thanks for checking out the video. Please like, please subscribe.